Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be playing some more Dungeons and Dragons. There might be a small, like a mini session before we actually get started where we left off last time. But yeah, I don't know for sure, but yeah, we'll have fun anyway. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy and hope to see some people in chat as well.
Okay. Welcome back, boys, and actually just boys for now. Millie's gonna be another 15 minutes, and Angel did confirm she's coming, so we will see them shortly. Brief recap. Last time,
I know you just started talking. Angel just responded to me, so if you want to just give her like 2 minutes, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'll just go over a recap, and then
Okay.
and then we'll wait for. You all now have in your custody one of the black-garbed individuals. During your encounters with them, you saw that their eyes and the veins surrounding their eyes were very unnatural looking. The initial one that you had and started to interrogate, Stappy interrogated a little bit too hard, and then he was dealt a coup de grace from one of his own members of the Black Garb Gang. That's not their actual name, but yeah. And so now you guys have regrouped over here. Pretend I could not find exactly the map I was looking for, and I didn't have the time to edit this one yet. So imagine there is the small wooden pier where you found and sank the first boat, where you all have gathered over here, somewhere on the shore. And also imagine trees over the river at certain points. Like the ones Caleb's character's son climbed and jumped into the boat before you sank boat number 2. Did you guys sink boat number 3 too?
Yeah, I think we did.
I think you did.
One,
So 3 boats sank. That looks
one of
great.
the boats is still intact, right? The one that we
No.
rowed over to the dock.
No, all 3 were destroyed.
No.
Oh.
All 3. The first was kind of already destroyed.
Our kind
but you guys
tried
burned.
so hard.
Why must
I
we?
gave you so many boats.
Why must we destroy everything?
Oh, I thought they. I mean, I guess maybe I'm just completely taking it back. But
Yeah, you know that's fate for you, man. You know, it's a
No
no
boat.
boat party.
No boats.
We ain't pirates.
We could be.
No.
There was. You were in a boat for a minute, Caleb, but then that one also was sunk at one point.
Yep.
If I remember right.
Yep.
So.
a bunch of arsonists.
Hey! Most of you don't know magic. Some of us are arsonists. Thank you very much.
Land lubbing, boat burning.
That was the worst joke.
So,
I'm done. All right.
something danger zone. So that leaves us with Freya and Drell pulling up bodies onto the shore, and quick disclaimer. I loved seeing it, but I didn't see it during the confusion. If you are going to roleplay in text, let me know, just so I keep an eye out for it, in case I miss something relevant to what's going on. No, like, you guys didn't do anything wrong. It was perfect, and it was a good conversation that needed to happen. Good character stuff, but as much as possible, let's do it, I think, at least so that the GMs are aware of what's going on, but if possible, to include the group. And I think I'd like to do mini sessions when it is necessary to get small conversations done on the side that won't affect everybody else. Maybe we'll schedule those outside of the regular session, maybe just before or just after or during the middle of the week, whatever we need. And I don't think that'll happen often, but like if characters have more individualistic goals come up and they want to go, I don't know, on a side quest or
Burn
go
a
shopping or whatever it is, burn a boat.
Oh my god.
Or trying to jump over a fence.
You know what? That's fair.
So, with all of that out of the way, should we wait for the ladies, or should we go ahead and get started?
No, I'm
believe
here.
they're here.
I'm
They're
not
here.
even streaming yet.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not even streaming yet. Hey guys.
Are you all awake and ready to go?
Well,
Mostly.
Climb the ladder, but not the former.
so I'm still getting ready.
I don't hear either of them. Are they talking?
You haven't
Mill-
muted me.
Millie, you're
Yeah.
muted.
Really low.
I can hear Millie. We can't. He can't hear
but-
Angela.
And
I think
Oh, I
she's
had Millie
speaking.
muted.
Yeah, I know you. I'm always muted.
So now I hear you, Millie. Cool.
Angel's in here, but I don't hear her. They might be muted. They
She
might have
said
us
something,
muted.
but then she said.
I heard her for a second.
Oh,
not
she said.
saying-
Oh, there she
Oh.
is. There she is.
Oh, you're quiet. You're just quiet. Yeah.
You feeling better? Hopefully.
A little, yeah.
Yay.
That's good.
I'm kidding.
We just can't pick up angel decimals, angelic decimals.
Guys, I'm not streaming yet, but I would appreciate it if you have me in your background, so I'll get famous one day and
Yeah, I've got everybody open.
one beautiful.
Iden
I-
to you, Millie. You should have
Are there-
me open in the background.
Yeah, I'll open in the background.
Do you guys have links somewhere?
Yeah, it would be helpful.
Naughty.
Isn't there a promotion channel in this Discord?
Yeah.
Promotion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to definitely open up your guys' as well for lurks.
I have
Sometimes
the three
chats
that
do.
are on there are
Helpful.
open.
There we go.
If you wouldn't mind going to the channel well, no, this.
Okay. Should we get started, or should I wait for you guys to get streaming?
I mean,
Well, no,
Up
of
to
course
you.
you don't have to, because I'm not in the first thing anyways, right? Right?
I'm not streaming today, so.
And, but I'm not in the first, really, the short thing anyways, right?
Right. Angel and Sout and Sun are the only ones directly and or indirectly affected by this.
Yeah, so it's fine, right?
I shouldn't take too long.
So,
A letter.
no, it should only take a few minutes if you want.
Yeah.
Alright, so, Sout and Angel, I sent you guys a backstory. I mean, like, some details that I wanted to incorporate into your backstory. You guys both read it, I saw. So, before the two of you met, Sout was on a resupply mission. And okay, and during that mission, one of the guild members gave you, Sout, a letter, and I'll just go ahead and let you take it away from there. You can role play through it.
I believe last we left off, I give Histash his letter as well. It was surprisingly
Yes,
not wet.
you did give.
despite- Mhm.
mhm,
And so, in the same area of my backpack that is the highest water resistance possible that I can get for this level or whatever.
And fortunately, Patameyer uses only waterproof paper, so
So
He's a professional.
fortunately. But so same thing happens. As I gave Histash his letter, I walk over to Caleb, and I nod approvingly. Say, hey, I forgot to get this to you sooner, but this is a good enough time as any. So I hand him the letter, and I mentioned that it's from Monk. Grostis?
Goris.
Goris, I'm sorry.
Monk
One
Goris.
day I will learn the character names.
And do I know who that is?
Yes, Monk Chorus is the head of Armed Valor and
Okay.
your recruiter.
Gotcha.
And I need to send you that letter. I thought I already did, but I did not.
What's the letter from about Drell?
I don't know. I didn't read it. I
Who
look
gave
at you
it to you?
perplexed, like, did you want me to read it?
I was curious if whoever gave it to you had some level of mention of its urgency.
Well, it was from our leader, Monkoris.
Indeed, that's what it says.
Hey, I don't question. You know, there's a rank system. It seems to work.
Sun will start opening the letter slowly, as giving JP time.
Yeah, now that Sun mentioned that, I should have probably read it. I tried peeking just a smidge, but like, you know, jokingly.
I'll show you after.
Okay, I'm gonna send that here. There you go.
Okay. You know, Drell, we've been in some tough spots in the past, but
I nod grimly and I glance over my shoulder.
I'm starting to think working with new recruits may be my hardest mission yet.
I can't help but laugh as you said that. I was looking over my shoulder, and then I look back at you like, and I give you like big, like I widen my eyes, and I'm like, like, yeah.
Sun will give you a wink as he begins reading the letter.
Okay. I gave you your privacy. That was just joking. So I go back to the group, go back to checking bodies.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a second to read that, Caleb, and then if you want to respond or follow up, I'll give you the chance.
Is his whereabouts kind of unknown / top secret, or should I don't know if I should PM you?
Yeah, PM.
You don't know specifically, so any you know you have a vague description of the mission he was on, and that's about it. If you want to follow up with Sout, he knows more than you do.
Okay. Sun will return to Sout, and kind of in a like kind of a lowered voice, maybe not a whisper, but a hushed voice. Do you know of his whereabouts?
I shake my head no. Like, okay. Let me get back in character 1 second. I turn, more towards Sun, so I can like mostly say to him, a lot has happened since I received a letter, and I point to Aldea, like slightly, like, like I have a recruit now too.
Sun will you have your own recruit. I don't actually have my own yet.
Aldea.
She also saved my life, but who's counting? And I like wave it off a little bit.
Really?
You're just rolling my eyes again.
Well, that's a promising note. JP, would he know how long the monk has been gone?
Yeah, how much time has transpired between me receiving the letter and me being here now?
Your recovery, I guess it's up to you and Angel, because we didn't really get into the specifics.
Yeah, but
what's that?
Just to help us finalize it, DM decides.
So about a month of travel between your healing from the injury from your previous mission and then getting back to the guild. So minimum of a month has gone by.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
And you don't. There was Monk Goris in your interactions with him did not restrict any information from you, and he didn't warn of So you're free to discuss that if you remember enough of it. And if not, I can refresh your memory. But if your character would tell Caleb now,
Let me
you're
double
free
check.
to do so.
Nah, this just doesn't seem like an ideal time. We're you know what I'm saying? Like it's probably something like later at the tavern, or that's what my character would do,
Okay.
right? Like now is not the time. We
Okay.
have pressing matters, kind of thing. That's how he would be, my character.
All right. Okay. So, is everybody here now before we get like into the
I think
main
so.
bit here?
I'm here.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm here.
Stein, you're good? Okay. All right, cool. Okay. All right. So, all right. In the distance, from the same direction where the men in black garb
Who is
were
breathing to
coming
the mic?
from.
Nick, are you
What?
breathing again?
Am
Are
I?
you
Does
breathing
that
again,
matter?
Nick? You really have to stop breathing.
How
No.
dare you be alive?
Oh my god.
Is that better? Can you still hear?
Not right this second. I will let you know.
Alright, let me know if that changes.
If this is really loud, don't worry about it too much. I'll let you know.
So from this direction is where the
One
The-
direction.
cultists.
What
I drew on
direction
the
do you mean?
on the board there.
Ah.
I drew on the board. Do you see that? Or am I in the wrong? Do
No,
you see it? Okay.
just way south of us. So there we go.
It's way south.
So,
of us.
in that direction, is where your assailants were coming from. And anyone currently facing that direction, in the distance, just coming into view, you see a small feline or perhaps canine-looking humanoid approaching on the water's surface. The figure is coming at you very quickly, much quicker than the boat carried the men.
Is it walking on the water?
It is as it's getting closer and closer, you can see that it looks like he's skating or skiing on the surface of the water, the same way that one might over snow or ice.
Are they also
Um,
clad in black?
No. As he's getting close enough into view, you see he's got kind of an adventurer's set of armor on, very small in stature, and a weapon drawn and shield raised. And the weapon and shield look very arcane in nature, kind of like swirling white and blue light, almost like a living frost, is what it's kind of coming into vision of. His Tash, Drell, and Sun all recognize this character immediately. Yeah, I want to give you guys the chance to react as you enough of you can probably see this with your passive perception. Does anybody want to do anything before I keep going?
I mean,
We're waiting for him to get close, probably. I
Assuming
know him. Not scared of
Okay.
him.
we know them to be friendly.
yeah,
I'm
if we
assuming.
know
Yeah,
him,
you-
I'd probably
Right.
treat
He's you know that he's
Great,
from the guild.
Party knows we know them, so we don't do this stuff for no reason. Then.
Sun
It's
will
not
just
like an
kind of
And
say,
so
Sun will kind of just say out loud, specifically to the people who may not know them, the new recruits. The figure approaching is an ally. Do not be alarmed.
okay. So as he skates off the water, he jumps very agile onto the wooden deck.
Duck.
What's it called?
Pier?
The wooden dock. That's it. And it's so funny the difference in the lag. Like everybody gave it a different time. It's so funny. So he lands, plops on both feet very gracefully. Aha! Greetings, fellow arms! It is I, Vilo! The little fox-looking man leaps up and he says, "What a sight for my sore eyes! And look here, Dralesco True Sight. It is very good indeed to see you on your feet." He turns his gaze to Aldea, bows, and says, "Oh, and I'm sorry, Aldea, you've also seen this guy before." "Even better to see you again, my dear. Thank you for dragging this one all the way home. Histash, son, glad to see you as well. And you, recruits, always good to see new blood. Now, the rest of our pleasantries should please be made as we run. Gather your bodies and your baggage, and come. All good things are headed in this direction today. I can feel it." He does not slow to wait for a reaction. He throws both hands in the direction opposite from where he was coming, and starts running in that direction, shouting back towards you. Best to hurry as you can.
What's his name? Vilo?
Vilo. Vilo.
Can I try to like grab him? Not like in a hostile way, more like slow the heck down for a second, like grab him by the scruff.
Not hostile. Punch the ruffle the neck.
Yeah, but I know the guy.
Question. We're not on the side story anymore, are we?
No.
No.
Oh.
No, we're in the main story.
Oh, okay, keep going.
Okay.
I thought we were.
So, yes, you can grab him. With your reach, you've got enough time before he runs away. And he says, "Dralesco, let go of me! We really must hurry."
Do we know?
I'm gonna hold him up because he's smaller, lightweight. I'm
He's
Scorpio. I
very
get
small.
to do this, alright? Listen.
Also, Shumble, another question. Wait.
I grab him and I lift him because he's very fast and very agile, right? Just so he can't hold still for
Very
a
fast.
second. He's like a little chihuahua, man. Calm down. I note to him the 3 bodies we have because listen, I understand we're in a rush. I'm not gonna lug 3 bodies. I'm not gonna have people lug 3 bodies. Are you saying we should get
Lots
rid of these
breathing
bodies,
noises.
or how? Like, do you have an
So-
urgency to go in that direction? And it's like opposite of the guild, right? Opposite of the guild direction.
Towards the guild.
Oh, it is towards the guild.
Nick,
In this-
breathing noises.
In the same direction as the guild.
Sorry.
Sorry, what'd you say, Millie?
No, I was just telling Nick that
What'd you
there's
say, Millie?
breathing noises.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
It's okay.
I
it's
do hear
okay.
it too.
Keep going.
Yeah,
What's,
I thought it was Pete.
Um,
to be honest.
JP, what's Vilo? Do we know what Vilo's rank is in comparison to us? Is he senior?
He is more senior than any of you, yes.
Yeah, but I'm still
Not by a lot. Histash and Sout are only a couple ranks behind him, but
Yeah.
Do we know what the protocol is?
he's a funny character. The protocol for what? Sorry?
Sorry. The protocol for like if we're in the middle of a mission and a superior asks us to do something.
This is not a command, and even if it was, the only time that there would be a system of command would be if you are on a mission together, right? And there's assigned roles, which will happen at some point. But in this case, where you have nothing to do with him, he's just happening upon you on the road, so to speak.
Yep.
Alright.
And
I just kind of want to lean over to his stash and just say, like, "You sure he's an ally? Seems to have a few screws loose."
His sash looked to you disapprovingly. And pointedly points to the dead cultist on the ground nearby and raises an eyebrow.
Vilo,
I'm sorry, Champ. Yeah, I'm doing too.
Vilo, surely you didn't forget about me.
so,
That was a good stretch.
before he has the chance to say anything,
Okay.
but it's okay. But I do want to point out that you all know him as a very vibrant character. He almost never, you almost never go to the guild and he's not there. He is like it's like night and day. He's always there. It seems, right? Whatever missions or quests he's taking, don't take him far from there. So he's like a constant, figure at the guild. You're always seeing him for whatever reason. But before he has the chance to hurriedly answer, as he struggles against Drell's grip, which is very firm and he can certainly not get away from, arrows, black-tipped arrows, start sinking into the ground not far off from where you guys are.
You guys have shit aim.
And they're getting closer, alarmingly.
Defensive positions.
They're sinking into the water and so on, and there are now 3 bigger boats approaching from that same direction.
Vote for the boat god!
Oh my god. I like how
And
there's 3 this time, so we can't possibly sink all 3 of
Is
them.
that a challenge?
Yeah, I was about to take that as well.
Just to clarify, the arrows are coming from the south. Is that correct?
they are coming from that. I'm trying to. There we go. These represent the boats, and there are what looks to be at least maybe a dozen in each boat of the same.
No.
Oh yes.
The same men, and you can't. They're pretty far off, still enough that you can't see, the details. But Velo now starts struggling a lot more frantically.
Obviously, I
He
let
said,
him go. No, let him
"Don't have time."
Would
Let
you
Alec
say
grumble.
they're? Would you
Me
say
down.
they're in 120 feet of us?
Yes, that's a very important question.
Okay. His stash.
Yes.
As seasoned adventurers, we look at each other and it's like, yo, this is not a time to fight. This is a time to regroup. And
They only outnumber us 1 to 3. Like we one-shot them before. This is not
that's
not a problem.
meta, and that's an assumption you don't know for sure, right? These could be
I
different.
mean, yeah, they took the elite. We could
No.
run.
Too many unknowns. We don't know the.
They could be casters this time. They could be,
True,
there's
that is
just
true.
trust me, this actually happened. We'll talk about it some other time. I don't want to do it right now, like on stream, but I actually had this actually happen. Like, oh, they're just low-level goblins again. Nope. Multi-class goblins.
Yeah, I suppose we don't know how powerful they are. That is a good point. In character, rather.
Right, in character. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Never-
should
never know.
probably skedaddle.
Probably.
Today is not the day to have
Unfortunately.
new recruits.
Yeah, we all
Question,
should do
yeah.
each time.
What do we do with these 2 sleeping cultists? Do we take
They're
them
not
with us?
sleeping. They're completely dead. All 3
Yeah.
are dead.
Wait, didn't we have
There is
2
one that's
sleeping ones?
alive. Sun, yeah. No, Sun.
Mm,
Oh shoot, was it 2?
Yeah, I think there was 2.
were. Oh, that's right. It was 2. I'm sorry. You're right.
One drowned.
There were 2 that you
Right.
managed to keep hostage.
No, one drowned.
One drowned,
Sun
2
tied
were
them up.
killed, and
Oh,
2
okay.
Millie put to sleep.
Yeah,
One of
'cause
those that she put
They
to
only
sleep
sleep
is
for
drowned.
like
I
1
had to
minute.
drag one of them. I'm here on this new adventure, and my first adventure, I'm dragging a dead body out of the water.
Yeah, that's the adventure in life. Get used to it.
So, to clarify, they were tied up by Sun, the 2 that were asleep, prior to them waking up. If it only lasts a minute, they're now awake and probably screaming in a bizarre language that only Steppy understands, flailing about. But they are well and securely tied. What do you want to do?
Sun will take some rope and just kind of bind the mouth of the one closest to him, and then pick him up
Okay.
and begin making towards slowly.
Can we reasonably retreat while carrying 2 unwilling captives?
That's why I'm gonna knock my guy out. I'm not gonna waste time. I'm legit gonna punch until he is knocked out. Non-lethal, but still with enough force to quickly knock him out.
Okay. So, Velo has sprung from your grasp.
Of course. Let him
And
go.
same as before, he's headed this way here. That
I take
that
a
was
body.
very
Or-
clearly an arrow. And so he says again, flailing, "All good things this way. Come on, come on."
I like this guy.
Oh lord.
Sun will, well, as best he can, gesture to the group while he's carrying the writhing body.
I point to my knocked out guy, and I point to you, and I point to my knocked out guy again, real quick.
Sun like sighs and closes his eyes for a second, and then gives the guy in his arms a bit of a knock on the head.
Vaunt.
Oh god. All right. All right. Who else is pretty strong here? I'm
Me.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Aldea.
The next, I guess, is Aldea and or Dorthus.
I figure Aldea may know, like, hey, look, I would like some help with this. So I gesture to the body that's knocked out. If you can like grab and go.
I mean,
Let's-
Dorthus is young, so he might
So
not
you-
be that powerful. Well,
I
strong.
believe in
I
you.
want to clarify. You're taking both the conscious and dead, the unconscious and dead
I'm
bodies.
taking
Is that what we're
one of the
talking
dead
about,
bodies.
Craigie?
I'm not taking all of them. I want to take the one that
Okay.
Staffy fucked up because I feel like that one was there was something about him. I just have an uneasy feeling about it, so
Okay.
I want to bring it along.
As a
You wanna-
trophy
okay,
or a
okay.
stat. Oh my god.
Listen, do not judge my culture or my
Snap.
people. All right.
Hey, I didn't say that out loud. I admitted it.
But like,
Okay,
how
so,
encumbered would we be if
um,
we do this? Like, if we bring two subdued
they
bodies.
are far enough away that if you leave now,
Okay.
you will get away.
Okay.
That is not an issue, even with the encumbrance. And but between their terrible aim and the distance,
Oh my
you
god.
will make it.
Okay. So we're in accordance. We brought the two unconscious and the original frosted one.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Let us
So
eat at-
as you skedaddle, Velo keeps looking back and stays close, but he does take the lead. He doesn't know why you're bothering with the bodies so much. He kind of scoffs when he first looks at what you guys are doing, especially with the dead bodies. But he continues on, and once you get a reasonably safe distance away, which I don't have a map for, but it's just the same trail that you trekked to get here, towards the guild.
Mhm.
Velo slows down to a pace that is on par with what you guys are, and he starts telling you what he's doing out here.
Okay.
He said there was a mission on the board for the Duskull clan of Irondale. He describes that the districts they mention in that they ask for help with cult members. It's a quest that you all could have seen by this point, and is still sitting on the board. There's so he said there's 3 districts that the Duskull clan was concerned about. I've done some reconnaissance over the last few days, and I've tracked them back here to a large estate out in the wetlands. A good half a day to day journey from here by foot, or so by boat. And he said this is way beyond the scope of the quest. They were well armed. There were so many more people than they insinuated. They're not perfectly well organized, but they have timed patrols, and for all the time I spent, I couldn't see a weak enough point that I could have gone and done even more reconnaissance. I was just able to get to the outside of this large estate. So I'm going back now to the guild to renegotiate the terms.
Someone was lying about how difficult the quest was. That or they didn't know.
We have reason to believe perhaps these cultists may be connected with another mission. The boy's mother was kidnapped, it seems, by some mysterious strangers. perhaps these cultists, as you speak of.
Cultists.
If they came from that area, it seems likely so. The there's their activity in the districts that interest the Duskull clan were simply because they were impeding upon some of their business activities. Don't know the details, and I don't know what connection it might have to your people. But if they came from there, where I came from just now, up the river bend, likely the same people. What is it that you're pursuing them for?
The mentioned kidnapped mother. We had believed it was.
But how? Is this a quest from the guild?
There's no official.
What brought you up there?
There was no official posting, as far as I can remember.
You're doing this for free?
I look over to Nilo. I'm like, and I shrug. Like, I was just delivering the letters. I was not caught up with all this. You know me.
As I hear him shout that, I like come in and I say like, we can't let that kid grow up without a mother.
Well, we were guided by
like-
McTavish to
Yeah.
taking the mission, as it were. I'd assumed he would, well, compensate us in some fashion.
Damn, y'all snitched on McTavish real quick. What the fuck?
Hey man, he asked us to do this. What do you mean snitching?
I don't generally turn down the wishes of a leader of one of the arms.
McTavish has got you all in a twist, hasn't he? You should know better. Coin only comes with the official quests. Has to be commissioned or you're not going to get paid. No guarantees. I understand that you care for this boy, but I want no part of it. I'm going straight to the Duskull clan to renegotiate. More coin to be earned here.
Well, we have no choice in the matter. We have to join you and renegotiate, as the scope of this mission is beyond our group.
What are the options now? Can somebody clarify?
What?
So I guess we could.
So you are following...
Go ahead, JP.
So just to clarify, Millie and anyone not following, at the moment you are just following Velo back towards the guild.
Wait,
you're on
why?
the same road that you came from because you were outnumbered. There was
Okay.
maybe 36 of the blacked garbed cultists, which we've now definitely confirmed are cultists.
Yes.
So you guys were basically running away, disengaging from there. Velo is now leading you back to the guild.
Running away
And
is a little harsh. It's a tactical
Retreat.
Yeah.
tactical retreat.
We are regrouping and reconsolidating our assets.
Okay, that's fair. Credit where credit is due. And so Velo continues and says, maybe a few of us should group up together. I'm going to propose to the Duskull clan that maybe we do a small strike team, so to speak, or an infiltration group to, if they still want to pay more, attack this problem of theirs head on.
That seems efficient.
I interject with Nilo. Why don't we suggest to them multiple strike teams and a slightly competitive nature to it to entice more adventurers to sign up?
Whoever kills the most cultists gets more coin.
Oh my god.
Aha, he says, and he
A headhunt.
Velo kind of elbows you. He kind of aims towards your arm, but misses by a good meter and
Does
hits
he
you
hit
in
my
the
old wound?
hip. No, not that low. But he's real short. He's like
Yeah.
3.5 feet or less,
Holy
somewhere
shit,
in there.
he's tiny.
Sounds like he hits my
He's
thigh.
How
then.
much is that in not
Yeah,
hamburgers per
he elbows your thigh.
place?
Okay.
He's a meter or so tall.
Ah, okay.
He's a short boy.
Yeah,
Did you see the picture yet or no?
Oh, I should have sent everybody the picture at this
Yeah,
point.
no one's seen
Um,
the picture, but
Uh,
whatever.
It's coming.
Can my say when my character can answer to Vilo?
Yes, you can go ahead and react if you'd like.
Okay.
Where did
so
I send you?
Delphine yells excitedly, "To the bar!"
Yeah.
It's going
There
back to the
we
guild.
go.
So I will set it in all chat.
Oh, I'm gonna send you a
This
message too,
is
real
Vilo.
quick.
I love it.
Also, can we have break?
Everything I
break-
imagined.
Can we have break in 30 minutes so I can pick up food from downstairs? I need only like 5 minutes for that.
Yes,
but
we
I
can take a
wanna
food
do-
break in
yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
All right. So, Vilo, yeah, he unintentionally Charlie horses you, not hard, but he like eggs you on. He's like, "I like the way you think, Dralesco. It's good to have you back."
I give him a head pat and I ruffle his hair, and I said, "It's good to be back." But you're still too
Aw,
fucking.
that's sweet.
What's the word I'm looking for here? You're too still like squirrely. Like I just give him a really good rough head pat. You know, it's good we're friends. I think, right?
And he pushes you
That's our
away. He says,
backstory.
"Oh, maybe I was wrong. You should have left him there, Aldea. You should have left
just
him
rough his
there."
hair up and I mess it up on purpose now. Now that he said that.
He pushes away, like, keeps going on, and just, plays it off, and he laughs. He appreciates it all the same. And so, will you guys continue with him if he continues to lead you to the guild?
Yeah, we have a lot of debriefing to do.
Yeah, it's not like we can go back and fight them anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty much the only place to go is
Okay.
the deal. Unless anyone else has any ideas.
All right.
All right.
So I'll bring you back. Uneventfully, you travel the same, probably a good full day to get back here, and you end up back in Alheim at the city gates in the evening. You all pass through without too much hassle from the guards, despite the bodies. You just say it's for a mission, and they had they had Vilo checked out on a mission anyway. So
Is Jonathan giving me trouble?
he is not.
Okay,
Jonathan is he's giving you some funny glances, like "What the hell, dude?" But he's letting you through.
I puppet the corpse. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I shouldn't
no.
do that.
Oh no.
So, all right. Back at the guild.
Where's my roll 20?
Okay. So, you all enter through the door of the tavern, going through the guild hall. There is a very tall, grim-faced Goliath man stood stooping at the bar, speaking to McTavish in a hushed tone. Nolan Duskull was a rather small and slender man for his people. What?
Oh wow.
What? Did you say something like
Speaking to who?
to McTavish, the barkeep and leader of Armmirth? He's rather small for his type. He's a Goliath. They're very large, but still much larger than all of you. By human standards, he's still very much a hulking and towering sight.
Like 8 feet taller or what?
About 7 to 8 feet tall,
Okay, wow, yeah. That's big.
and but pretty thin for a Goliath. He looks like he ought to be a lot bulkier. He wore the rich blue and green robes that are typical of his clan. They cover everything but his hands and face, and kind of wrapped around his neck even. Around his neck, there's a large ornate ceremonial necklace that his Tash you will recognize indicates his position as Chancellor of Irondale. The Duskull clan is a prominent group in the city. They've got business ties in all sorts of mostly merchant fields. Like they have ships, they have trade centers, they have they're
Is this the
kind of all over
mafia?
the place. I will neither confirm nor deny that. And so this man is dripping with gold. It's woven into the fabrics of his clothes. He has gem-laden jewelry hanging from his ears, nose, and wrists.
Jeez.
Frankly, he's
people.
making Patamire look poor, which is hard to do at this point. He hears you all coming in from the entrance. You're not exactly
I mean, we are kind of
being
lucky,
inconspicuous
like,
with all those bodies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's what I was gonna
So,
say. Like, could we drop off the various bodies at the various proper locations? Like, the 2 living cultists probably need to be put into jail cells, right?
well, this is just as you're walking in. This is
Oh.
observable from the door. So he hears you all, and he breaks off his conversation with McTavish and walks over. Velo steps up out in front of the group and bows slightly, politely, and reaches up on his tippy toes to shake the Goliath's hand. Greetings, Bloomflower. How has your reconnaissance fared? Says the Goliath, elegant, but with a deep and booming voice. The Foxman nods and says, "The districts you and your clan are concerned about are indeed compromised by the cult's members, but the base of operation is elsewhere. I followed a group of them up the river Lorzen to an old estate in the wetlands to the north. The place was teeming with them.
I'm hearing strength.
I said to myself, I must flee. I must regroup. And then it was at that point I ran into some of my comrades here." He gestures to the rest of you guys, the party. They also had dealings with them. To let you know that they're even more prevalent than you thought. Introduce the Chancellor here to your new friend, Drelesco. And he gestures to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna type it out real quick for funny, then I'll do it.
What's that?
And then
Deceased cultist arm to Vave, mostly to show he'd like to kill the task first.
But then
Oh, no.
I use my real hand to gesture over to Eldale. This is Eldale, a fantastic paladin. I have high hopes and belief that they will be such a great asset to the guild.
Okay. The Goliath raises an eyebrow, and but more or less unfazed, concerned, confused maybe, but not horrified. So Velo interjects again, saying, "So, as you can see, we need to renegotiate the terms of the job. You all will need a small team or 2 to infiltrate the base if you want to put a stop to their activities." The giant considers this only for a moment and says, "Agreed. This is far outside the scope we initially thought. Velo, would you return with me to Irondale to handle our negotiations there? My clan will certainly take this threat more seriously now when we update them with these developments."
Sun will.
Were you
kind
going
of-
to say something, Caleb?
Yeah, Sun will try to get Velo's attention. I'm not trying to interrupt the Chancellor, of course, but he'll
Okay.
add. Would he permit Sun to speak?
So now he's just paused, asking Velo this question. So you have a chance to interject here.
Yeah, he will do so. Velo, there is also the matter of the missing mother. In regards to the cultists, they are connected, it seems.
Vilo says, "Aye, if negotiations go favorably, we can find your missing persons as well. Certainly, we can recover them on our own dime."
Sorry about my chair. It keeps horrible noise.
Um,
Do you seek
no worries.
additional aid, or would you like to speak with the Chancellor alone?
Vilo says, "The more the merrier, but if you all have business here, we can certainly meet up afterwards. It shouldn't take long. The Duskull clan of Irondale is always close, but the what is it called? Irondale itself is only a few minutes' journey from here, so I'm sure we won't be gone long at all."
Sun will turn to the rest of the party. What would the rest of you be doing?
My character is ordering a drink.
Which of the characters did you say were stronger, JP, at least from appearance?
You, Sout, Angel, and Stappy are probably the stronger options.
Okay. Are any of those people not carrying a person already?
I'm not carrying somebody.
Is
Well,
there?
you
Is
were
there
also carrying someone. Caleb.
I am. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Is there a protocol, JP, with like bringing in people for interrogation and such?
And autopsies.
Autopsy.
We don't need to get that autopsy done.
I think we do. We need to find out who the killer is.
You guys are forgetting that the eye thing. Like, is that something that was magically induced? Is it still on the eye? Like, there's a lot of reasons why I brought this particular corpse.
Plus, there's also spells like speech with the dead.
Yeah, there might be exact. Someone can speak from dead. There's a. I don't know. The guild probably has that resource.
Yes, the guild would definitely have resources to do autopsies, speak to dead, whoever, His Dash, plenty of people that could help you with that. If it's a sanctioned quest. Outside of that, you would need a personal favor. But in terms of protocol for dealing with corpses and hostages, it is up to the discretion of the...
Technically, prisoners of war, they ambushed us. We did not hostage them.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It is a case-by-case basis, so whoever is on the case actually determines what to do on the case. There's a limit to that, but no one from the guild would step in until those lines are crossed. So the Chancellor leans down and unburdens the living cultists from you, taking both, one in each hand, and hefting them over a single one of his shoulders, with relative ease. He says, "Honestly, I think only Vilo is needed for the discussion, as we opened the quest with him. And if you don't mind, I need to hurry."
Very well, Chancellor.
I will negotiate the terms with Vilo, and we will continue from there. So, Vilo then turns to the Chancellor. "Aye, lead on, Chancellor." The two of them then leave the guild, unless anybody else has anything to say about it.
No. I wave with the dead cultist arm again. Okay, wave goodbye. Like, hey. Hey, listen. When you
My
do this line of
character
work,
is not
gotta.
listening to conversations. She's shooting little lights from her hands as she's sipping a drink with other hand, playing little sparkly lights.
So, a note
Delphine's
for
got
her
the idea.
sparkly lights. Delphine sees that the stage is at the back of the tavern is currently empty,
No, she does
aside
not.
from a few instruments.
Oh my god. She does not see that. She totally misses the stage.
She totally misses it.
Totally does not notice it yet, okay? Not yet.
Nice.
Are you sure? Do we need to roll for perception?
Do we need to roll for?
Hey, I have an ability that makes you roll a 10. Do you want me to use it?
Oh my lord.
I am helping.
Do we need to do one for how many drinks she needs to drink before she's drunk enough to get up there?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we need to do. She's not drunk enough to get up there yet. She's totally not. No.
Okay, well there is time for drinking games. You are in a tavern.
Okay.
You might have one dead body in tow, but
I'm
the
gonna
others
go
are unburdened
leave the
from you.
group for a moment. I'm gonna go and take it to the proper areas, the proper debrief. You know, like listen, I brought this in case it's useful for them.
Well, there's no debrief. Y'all are not on this quest yet. So if you just go romping around with a dead body, it's gonna raise some eyebrows.
But isn't there a
you
place
can,
to take
you
it,
know,
like a morgue or something?
We could just
you
put it in a
can.
tavern with like a cap on.
Yeah,
can
just
have
put a hat on it and act like it's totally fine. Just close their eyes.
There are stranger characters in the guild that. Yep, I think you could get away with it, but
I'm not trying to keep the body. I want to get rid of it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, where do I take it?
Trail, perhaps we should wait for the negotiations to be finished.
I'll take a sniff at the corpse. I don't think we can wait this long.
Hey, you can take it with you.
you can. So here are your options. You and Histash are familiar enough that Arm Arcana would be the one to do any investigation on the body. However, you are outside of the scope of the original quest, as stated. You can go and attempt to have them look at the corpse, but that is the extent, because you're kind of in a in-between stage now with the renegotiation. Histash he probably pulls more weight than you at the Arm Arcana, it being his arm. So those are kind of your options with what you know of the guild.
Don't you both have a room to hide it in?
Yeah, just put it in your room, man.
No. Is this in character, Histash? I need to know.
Mine was in character.
Oh god. Okay, I give you the deathliest glare. Probably. It's not the worst, but it's up there.
Well, because I'm like also kind of trying to get rid of it, but not in like an official way, because you know, I did it.
Yes, you did, but don't worry. You know,
Why don't we-
I'm not
why
gonna
don't we-
sell you out.
Why don't we hide in Staffy rooms? It's his body, and it was his ideal to hide in the room.
No. Listen. How about the recruits have a good time at the bar, and then I glare at fucking Histash. I'm like, listen, let's take it to your peep. Let's leave it there. They can frost it up. I don't know what they do. They have a morgue, don't they?
I'm sorry, I'm busy laughing. His test nods and says that he should probably pull some favors and get it looked at.
I just don't care if they want to use their magic on it. Just keep it on ice in case we need it later. Like,
That would
right?
probably be easier, yes.
All right. I look to Angel and say, have a good time at the bar, you know. But it's like I'm more grumpy about everyone else giving me grief about this idea.
I'd learn it.
So,
before
as you
I
guys are
leave.
discussing
Oh,
it.
no repeat of the Tultist.
Is it just
Um,
Millie in the background?
Millie versus a cat.
Give me 1 second, everyone. Millie, I need you.
Sorry, I'm back.
Amelia?
JP, at around
Okay.
what time is it right now? Like in the story.
It is now evening.
Ah.
We should take a
It is now
break.
evening, and while you all are discussing, we can take a break. Let's.
I hit 100 follows.
Let me finish the thought.
Yay!
Good job!
Congratulations.
I was your 100th follower.
Impute Green, thank you for following.
You should give it like a
Nice
special
job.
badge to Caleb.
That's great. Okay, real quick, let me do this and then we can break. So, as as you guys are discussing this, going back and forth of who's gonna do what with the body, as one does, Boblin, whose name is we now know Gara,
No, it's Goblin.
runs up to runs
I'm
up to
sorry, you're just
Jarthus.
wrong, GM.
And she starts pulling at the clothes on your leg. And once she gets your attention, once you look down, she yells quickly, "Steven is eating a rat and he won't share any of it with me. I'm hungry too."
Oh no.
So she pulls you, Darthus, by the hand over to a darker corner of the tavern, where Steven is crouched over. And she points and yells, "See, I've only asked for the tail, but he just growled at me." And as you get closer, you can, in fact, hear that he is growling. And you also hear that he's gnawing on something.
Do we
But that's
know
not
who Steven
all.
is?
There's also a small and hideous squealing coming from the rat that you see in his hands. You look over the shoulder to see that the boy is ravenously eating the creature alive, tearing little bits of its skin off, as the rat is frantically biting and trying to claw its way away from him.
Gosh.
He is definitely infected.
You shouldn't eat rats. I told
Boblin
Boblin.
is pouting now. See, she says, "That's not fair."
Oh my god.
Let me get you something at the tavern.
I would like to have a firm word with McTavish about letting a child eat a rat.
I
in
would
this
like to
tavern.
make a comment about the child too, but should we have a break? And then
Okay,
comment on
we
the
can
child
pause there
after
if you
break?
guys want. Let's do 10, 15 minutes for
Have a
food?
break. I'd say 10 minutes is fine.
Sure.
Alright.
Okay, let's do a 10-minute break, guys.
Okay.
Is that okay, or does anybody need to get something out before they forget?
I mean, I just want to get rid of the corpse. That's.
No, you're stuck with it forever, man.
It feels like weekends at Bernie now. It really does. Like, all right.
Alright, see you in 10 then.
Right.
Alright, we'll be back in 10.
Okay.
Okay.
God damn it. Alright, well, I'm gonna go take a break as well. Thank you, Imbued Green, for following. And thank you for getting me to 100 followers. Yeah, really, thank you.
Hello.
Greeting, comrade.
Greetings. I'm back.
Hello.
Are we going again?
Hello, hello.
I think I was just starting to like pile back in. That's all.
Just got my food.
What you got?
Macaroni and oats.
Oh, good. It's not coconut butter with Lego again,
What?
or coconut oil. I don't remember which one.
So hard to eat because I got my tooth taken out a couple days ago.
Well, yeah, Lego is hard to eat. Yes.
Hahaha. So freaking hard to eat.
Should put it in a blender. Just
Oh, macaroni. Ew.
just eat blended macaroni.
It would be disgusting.
Actually, would that actually work?
Well, yeah. You can blend anything.
Yeah, but would it still taste like macaroni?
For sure. Different texture.
You sure it would still taste like macaroni? I'm not sure. Hey, we're like in the middle of the Dungeons and Dragon page on Twitch.
Yay.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of it?
What?
Nice. Alright. So, is everybody back yet?
Think
Not yet.
so, maybe?
Stein said it'd only be a few minutes
Looks like we're
later,
still
but he's
missing
not.
Tree. Okay. That is alright.
South also still seems to be gone.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I was just eating and chewing, so I didn't want to like chew into the mic. I wasn't actually gone too long. I actually loaded up V Rising for a second.
I actually just sat here behind my PC watching TikToks.
That's fine. I should have put more tomato in it.
Yes, you should have. Why didn't you? They're
The
never...
ratio of tomato and macaroni is just off. That's all. It's fine.
Next time this will be fixed.
Yeah.
Tune in next time for more macaroni and tomato ratio needs.
Will there be too much tomato net time? Find out net time on.
Oh, yeah.
Vote.
I want to
Party
get more water really
votes.
quickly.
There should be vote prediction. You know? Whether the ratio is good or not.
I think we can all safely guess that next time it will be too much.
If I pit Ranger as a subclass for my net level, can I pit Boat as my favorite enemy?
Okay.
Boat? Fucking
Yeah, man.
hell.
We're the boat destroyers now.
Oh my god.
We'll never outlive this. Not so long as I
You won't. I'm not gonna let you live it down.
Okay, but hear me out. If
I gave you
JP ever
3
decides,
tips.
if JP ever decides on a mimic boat, you're gonna absolutely wreck it.
Yeah, I don't want to live this down. I'm proud of, I don't know about Staffy, but I'm proud of my boat destroying capability. Thank you very much. Whole boat.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you.
It's just gonna be
In
like,
ways I never would have expected.
it's
The
just gonna be
final-
like
What?
20 sessions after this one, as it's gonna be like, and then a mimic boat shows up, and
Yeah, that-
Nick is just gonna freak out like, yes, I can finally use it.
The final boss is a mid-light fucking
It's a
Titanic
mimic boat.
size boat mimic, and then it just gets shot.
They know too much.
And that's
I'm
when
We
we
have to write everything now, Stein.
I'm looking at the GM note as we speak.
That's when my character
Wait,
makes
no.
leave.
Nick, doesn't your character have that mind reading thing that he? That
I
he can
do. Well, no, it's a open link to telepathy, not mind reading.
Oh.
They have to send.
It's like a
shots.
walkie-talkie.
Yeah, but mentally. And it only, I think it's like 4 feet or something tiny.
And there's no off button.
There is an off button.
Murder.
That would murder.
Whose timer is going off?
That was mine. I'll be back really quick.
Okay. Tree, are you back with us now?
Tree, the hugger man, are you back?
Did we get Tree back?
Yes. I am just trying to chew
Okay,
and
just checking.
swallow.
We're all just scarfing down food,
Delia,
just like at a real
Being
tavern.
there.
I had a croissant with some bacon.
Don't touch my food,
Bacon?
Bill.
Ooh.
I never had a croissant with a bacon. This sounds American.
It's life changing.
That was actually really good.
South American.
Yeah, I guess they're
It
like
does sound American.
so diverse, so they took
And
the
it
French
is American.
croissant and thought, how can we make this American? Then they
Comes-
put a bacon
comes
inside.
Oh my god, words!
I'm actually 20% French.
Croissant with chocolate though.
Ooh, I haven't had that either.
Nutella?
Nutella.
I love chocolate
I
croissants.
love putting Nutella on it just to substitute the fact that I don't have any croissants with chocolate with in it.
Is it croissants? I thought it was pronounced croissant.
croissant?
Something
Croissant?
Pronounced
Croissant.
Waxen.
Croissant?
I'm
Wait.
the only one that gets that. I'm the only one that
Right.
gets where that's from.
Do you know how we say
don't get where it's from.
croissant?
I know that we pronounce it wrong.
Finns say croissantti.
Croissanti.
Croissantti.
I think it's adorable.
I think it sounds like evil character from a cartoon.
Yeah, but see, there's a bunch of stuff that gets turned evil in Finnish culture, like Christmas.
Like me.
It gets turned funny.
That is true.
There is that.
There is that.
There
by the way,
is
Jean-Paul,
that.
I have a new picture for my character. You don't have to put it right now there, but I'm just reminding you, so I remember to tell you because the first picture
I
that I
do
found
have
was
the
the
time.
first elf that had red hair, and she doesn't represent my character very well because she looks too serious. And I think this new one, she looks like the way I like it.
That's actually what my character looks like, Millie.
Really?
Yeah.
No. What? No. No, you're messing with me. Jeez. You got me for a second.
I had
Whoa.
I had you for like a millisecond there at least.
Exactly.
I'm not sorry about
Millisecond. The pun.
A millisecond.
Millisecond.
Ha, ha.
Oh no.
South's not impressed.
It's okay.
I swear it was accidental.
My character actually looks like a lot of Tree Hugger Man, but Tree Hugger Man is more like a fighter type. Mine is like.
There, Druid died. Oh wait, did you get your wild forms now?
I think
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Them
okay,
hard.
then.
Yeah.
Freya?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we got everything. Yeah, we got pretty much everything sorted out.
Noise.
Until you find
The only
more.
thing, the only thing I just haven't gotten around to like checking out yet is which subclass I'm gonna have them as part of. But everything else we got sorted out. We got all the spells and everything, so, and all the cantrips. So
Excellent. Curious, how many hit points do you guys
So-
have?
I have no idea. How do you know that?
I have 17.
Wait, you changed my character! Yay!
I did.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And I'm working on your token too now.
She looks way more kinder. That's better.
Alright. So,
I believe we're right.
let's pick up after the rat nomming, and yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Wait, is this?
I'll let
still
Stappy. I'll let you
evenly-
react first because you're right next to it.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it's
still the
even.
rat
Who
stuff.
is everybody in the room to see this going on?
You guys are all
not.
farther away, but you could have heard what she said because she's being quite loud. Bubba.
Yeah.
Let me get you something from the tavern. You shouldn't be eating rats anyway.
But the tails are so good.
You've eaten
Wait,
rat
the
before?
bubble sister or the
Human
child?
food is so weird.
Wait, that's the
What?
bubbling?
That's the-
Boblin.
Oh.
Boblin's saying that.
Oh, I thought that was the other child. That's why I was so shocked. I thought the other child was eating a
So the
rat.
other
Oh, God.
child,
Is he?
no, the other child, Steven, is eating the rat.
Oh,
Boblin
what?
is jealous of Steven eating the rat.
Oh!
Why? Why is Garen jealous?
There must be something
job.
here on the
Because
menu that you
apparently
like.
Boblin likes rat tails.
Ah.
There must be something
So
on the menu
to clarify,
that
Steppy, are you gonna take both of the children over to get food?
you like. No, Boblin. The other child.
Oh,
is...
okay.
Character react.
You're just gonna leave him there eating a rat alive?
I mean, I don't know. It's still a random child that we found.
Okay. Well,
I
a
just
minute
had-
ago you didn't want him to live without a mother.
That was a minute ago.
So I want to clarify.
I just kind of look at like his stash and Delphine like, do you guys know how to deal with this?
My character is visibly shocked. Like, absolutely shocked. Just, like, taking steps back from the child.
Oh.
Like,
Disturbed.
and...
I would like to walk
very
over.
disturbed. She is suffered once, doesn't know what to say.
Okay.
I would like to walk over to Miss Tavrish and point at this child and ask, "What the hell?"
So he looks up from the bar and he really wasn't paying attention to what all is going on until he hears you guys start talking about it. And he's just as shocked as all of you. And he shouts for Rose, the barmaid, who comes running and then runs back away from the scene as soon as she sees what's going on, screaming as she goes.
What?
McTavish goes over and scoops up the child by the neck of his shirt and tries tearing the rat away from him. He then starts to bite McTavish kind of viciously.
Damn.
And he goes and lashes him to a chair, ties him down, and the boy is kind of just like thrashing for another couple of minutes until he finally starts to slow his breathing, and the tantrum kind of stops.
The hell is wrong with this kid?
Firstly, I'd like to take the rat tail and give it to Boblin.
Wait, is the rat,
The rat
still
is
alive?
still alive,
Oh yeah.
Never mind.
and as soon as McTavish is able to tear it away, it runs off into some corner. Yeah,
That poor rat.
there's
Does
no rat
the-
tail to get.
Does Steven seem like different than before?
Are his eyes red?
He is less coherent. Physically, anybody who goes close enough to see it, his eyes are as normal as they were before. The only odd thing about his physical appearance now is his hands and arms, where the rat was trying to pull away from him, now have gouges and cuts, but there's no blood. They're just slightly open wounds.
Gouges?
Gouge, yeah, like cuts. A gouge is like a
Okay.
chunk of flesh missing
Oh, okay.
in this case.
Does it look like a result of the rat, maybe?
Um,
Or are they bigger?
well, you can do an investigation check, but there wasn't a lot of time to get a look at the rat. They don't look like unusual bite marks. Typical animal wound, right? The weird thing is that there's no blood coming out of it.
Right.
By the way, people who didn't know, my character was calling that child a vampire before as a joke. She does not know whether they are or not. I genuinely don't know. They were just.
Does
saying
your
that.
character even know what a vampire is in name?
Oh yeah, she's traveled Hackton,
Alright.
but she hasn't been fighting. But she's traveled a lot.
What's McTavish doing?
McTavish walks over to Delphine and asks, "Was anything weird going on with him before you left? The two children have just been playing around here in the tavern. I've been keeping an eye out. This was the strangest thing I saw all day. He did try to bite me once, though. Not so viciously the first time."
Delphine replies, "Oh yeah, he's been very weird. I'm pretty sure he is a vampire. At this state, I think we should get rid of him."
No verse!
So McTavish, as a result, kind of paranoid looking all of a sudden, a little frantic, he runs over to the child and lifts up his lips and gums, and kind of relieved to see that there are only normal human canine teeth there. Nothing
That's good.
nothing alarmingly sharp.
JP, is knowledge about
Vampire.
vampires common?
The overly satirized stereotype of the vampire is common. Mostly hearsay and or old wives' tales is
Objection,
common
hearsay.
Oh no. What is this becoming?
That Johnny Depp reference?
Yep. That is a Johnny Depp reference.
Okay, continue.
That was pretty great. So, yeah, vampire general knowledge is the stereotype of the vampire is general knowledge.
His Dash would like to talk to Angela's character, I'm sorry I've forgotten your name, and ask her to talk to the child to see if the child reacts the same way the Tultis did.
Okay, Angel, did you hear that?
Sorry.
His Tash is trying to ask you to talk to the child the same way that you did before with the cultist.
Okay, yeah.
To see if they react the same. Because if so, we might have a magical plays on our hand, which would not be good.
Okay, but is there anything in particular you just wanted to talk to the child? Ask if he's okay?
Yeah, that sort of thing. See if he
Okay.
like hyperfocuses on you or anything like that, like the Tultis did.
Okay, well, Aldea walks over to the child, a little cautious because she does not want to be attacked by little gremlin. She bends down to his level and just says, "Hi, you good?"
There's a blank stare on his face. He's kind of just looking up and off to the distance, ever since his tantrums stopped, and he's just like completely unfazed by anything going on in the room. As you approach, he doesn't change his gaze. He doesn't look at you. That sort of instant engagement that you're kind of used to by now from humans. As an Aasimar, there's no register of that.
I glance back at everyone else, kind of concerned and unsure of what to do.
Is he like reacting to anything at all? Or is he just sitting
He's
there?
just staring off in the distance. And he's not talking. He's not responding to you guys. When McTavish went and pulled his mouth open, he didn't even move. He just let it happen.
This kid good? Doesn't seem like
He was eating a rat. I don't think he's good.
My character. Can my character do something?
Yes,
Okay, okay.
plenty of opportunity to react.
Delphine walks up to. I forgot what Angel's character is.
Aldea?
Her name?
Aldea.
Aldea.
Yes.
And she whispers to her. Others can hear it. But like loud whisper. She's like, "The child is yours now."
Oh! Aldea's eyes was hell no. What?
My character just like backs away.
Disengages.
Yep.
Freya's noticed all the commotion. Stops. Puts her food down. Walks over. Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh my god.
On.
And she just noticed
Can my character reply to this?
Yes.
Delphine says, "So we are deciding who the future mother of this child will be."
And it's definitely not going to be me.
You realize it has a mother.
Wow.
Well, who's the mother?
The missing person we were looking for.
Right.
Delphine goes,
Right.
"Oh, yeah, right."
My character will sigh and then walk over to McTavish.
Okay. He's
sorry.
still keeping an eye on this, but he was half-heartedly, working at something at the bar and kind of running back and forth.
Right.
Go ahead.
He'll kind of take a look at him and try to catch his eye, lowering his voice. Do you think it's possible the cultist did something to him?
What cultist? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I suppose Vito didn't, or the Nolan Driscoll. Is it Driscoll?
Duskull.
Driscoll. I suppose Driscoll didn't fill you in then.
No, I refuse to do business with that man anymore. Anything he needs, he goes through the guild directly. I will only talk to him about sports. He's got an eye on one of the horses I like to bet on. I was just looking for some inside information.
Is there something you have against him?
Oh no, but maybe all of Irondale I do. All they are is after the coin. I've had too many run-ins with them that were suspicious. Not so good for business around here. At least not my own. Not the tavern here. Plenty of money to be made by the guild.
Well, you should know, I suppose. There'd be no reason for him not to share information with the head of the Arm of Mirth, right?
No. If anything in the guild, you can safely share information with, the leaders.
Right. The Vilo, as you know, he was returned. He was on a reconnaissance mission of sorts. He located an estate far in the marshes, the wetlands. A large host of cultists who we believe are tied in with the disappearance of the boy's mother. He gestures to Stephen.
Well, that adds up a little bit better, huh? I don't know of anything about the cultists that they're on about, but at least not firsthand.
By the way, GP, just so you know, there is stuff going on in chat. So you know now that it's going
Yes, I'm watching. All good, all good.
Sorry, I
And
made
that's
you lose your
hilarious.
train of thought, didn't I?
You did, well, not you did, something did. One of the cats is choking. I'm gonna be back
Oh,
in 2
no.
minutes.
Oh,
Just
no.
1 second.
Is it
I'm
Caleb?
sure he's okay. I
Is
think he's
Caleb
fine.
choking?
Wow.
You know, I'm not a cat, right? I'm a human.
No, I meant like your character.
Yeah, I know. I'm just picking on you.
You gotta say son, so you gotta differentiate.
Yeah, man.
Pretty sure our little cat has asthma, but
Oh,
I don't know.
that's a
I'm gonna
move.
take him to the
Oh, you poor kitty. Oh my god, my voice broke. Perfect.
It's funny because he, well, not funny. It's pitiful and sad, but he makes these silly little noises, and half the time I don't realize what's going on until I see him, because they're so quiet.
Poor
Anyways,
Jan.
can confirm he is okay.
I'm glad he's okay.
That's good.
All right, so, oh yes, very possible scenario. Probably his brothers too.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming that at this point
so-
I found something for Boblin to eat at the tavern that she would like.
Yes, behind the counter, Rose gave Boblin and whoever else is after food. But she now refuses to leave from behind the bar
Makes sense.
out of fear of Boblin.
You mean
I mean, not Boblin,
Gara
Steven.
refuses to leave behind the
Gara is Rose. Sorry, did I say Boblin? Rose, the bar maiden, is
Rose,
hiding behind
okay.
the bar. Sorry.
That's why I got
Boblin.
confused. I was like, so Gara's behind
Yes.
there? I thought Gara was trying to get the
Yes, she doesn't care about Steven. She's just worried about the food that she now has and is picking the human food out of the good stuff.
like it's
Yeah, but
I know
she-
really good stuff.
any little bits of bone and fat that she can find is her preference.
Well, McTavish, if I, not knowing anything about the boy or the cultists, if I had to guess, I would say perhaps they did something to him. It was the trauma of his mother disappearing, or perhaps he's some sort of ploy to continue their own agenda.
Yeah, clearly something's wrong. After an outburst like that, I'd suggest taking her over to the Arm Arcana and seeing what they can figure out.
He looks around to maybe to his stash to see if he's paying attention. Or
His
if they're-
stash is listening.
Are you familiar with?
I'm sure Evelyn can figure something out if she's in house at the moment.
Her name? What was her name?
Whoa.
Oh, you know, Edelyn Weiss, the chair of Arm Arcana.
Ah, yes.
His stash agrees that if anyone know, it would definitely be her. And that we should probably get him looked out.
His stash is part of Arcana, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I think we should use fast travel as there are many people in. I think fast travel is acceptable as there are like 7 people in the store right now, right?
All travel is fast travel indeed.
Essentially.
Okay.
What do you mean by fast travel, Millie? What are you after? Where are you going?
No, I mean they're like if they're taking them to somewhere, even if it's a day travel, then you know Just see. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's in the city, so it probably isn't too far to walk.
Okay.
Maybe like 10 minutes or so.
The Arm Arcana is in the guild. It's
okay.
the Greater Guild Hall houses all of the departments, the divisions of the guild. So in the case of Arm Arcana, it's in what is kind of like a sanctum or library, a place of study and scholarly research, laboratories and such.
Is this a multi-story building?
So in the picture that you're on in Roll20, that is Alheim, the city that you're in. The big blue roofed building, stone building, is the guild. Everything is housed within the building. So it's almost the size of a small town itself.
It's the predominant structure for sure.
Right.
Okay.
Well, his stash. Wait, actually, is what's his name? Drell back?
No, wrong character.
Has Drell returned?
I ruined it.
Mills, it's okay.
Is Drelesco still over here?
No, I wrote what I did. I was waiting for you to say basically I can come back. But I had to scroll up a little bit. A lot of actions happening.
Well, I assume if you had dropped off the body and knocked and ran,
Yeah.
probably would be back by now.
Ding dong dash.
No. I'm letting the DM, have his fun. Narrate.
Yeah, I sent you something.
I'm just.
I don't understand. Can you clarify?
Yeah,
Me?
hang on.
Nick is whispering to me.
Ah.
1 second, guys.
Whisper.
Oh no.
Is there a nearby boat to burn?
With cultists on it.
Hey Harvey, yeah, I finally got it set up. I like this a lot more
Is there
than
like a
having it
target
moving around
practice
constantly.
area that has only cultists and
And
boats.
welcome,
please?
how are you doing? And I actually don't think I
think we
asked
need
the
to
one
fight
Lego
a
that back when
cult
he
that
joined.
worship
But yeah,
boats,
how are
and
you all
they
doing?
They send Hitwad for us for burning down boats.
His Tesh would take that quest on personally.
I would, yeah. I wouldn't even need. I would pay them.
You would pay the guild. Listen, I want you to find me cultists and boats. Make it happen. I'm paying you. I need this.
Alright, I doubt my answer. We may continue. Sorry about that.
Okay. So, where did we leave off?
What?
What was that?
I guess I was just curious where Drell was because I was gonna. Well, Son's basically trying to
Yes.
take the Steven maybe to the Arcana if someone's gonna
So
stay
Drell,
behind.
I read here that Drelesco left a note signing his Tash's name attached to the corp, and Ding Dong ditched Arcana, and now is back at the now
So
is
I
back
got to
with you
miss
guys in
All
the tavern.
that fun stuff with the kids. I missed it all. I go back to my
Yeah,
booth.
they are
I
also
pretend nothing is
streaming
out
this,
of the ordinary.
so yeah.
I would like to glare at his character.
Say what?
I would like to glare at his character.
I would also like to glare.
Suspiciously.
Wait,
Why
who's
are you
glaring?
glaring?
Count of how
What
many
is
glares
glare?
I got. Like angry look.
Did we get the
Squinty.
going yet?
Like what?
like squinting eyes, like glare, like mad.
Oh, glare.
Glare.
Sorry, I kind of missed what was happening because of somebody in chat. What did you say? What happened?
Also need an eye rolling.
Just glaring. People are glaring at each other.
Hey, who were there glaring?
Who are we glaring at?
Drell, isn't it?
I order food
Yep.
and just pretend nothing's happening.
No, like I get up to you. I'm like Drell. You going to address the situation that is currently happening in front of you, or are you just going to sit there and eat? Like I love food more than the next person, but Drell, help.
His has piped up dryly and says, "It seems that he's already made his choice for the latter."
Okay, so I'm gonna look blankly at you, Angel. I'm like, what do you mean? I just got here.
I cross my arms and just roll my eyes.
But
Yeah.
I'm look, roll intent or whatever that cut insight. I'm not lying. I don't know what's going on. My character doesn't know. I know the player.
I want to know if he actually doesn't know or he's playing dumb though. So I feel like you should roll for something.
No, you have to roll for insight.
I have to do. Why do I need to roll?
Because you're trying to find out if I'm being genuine or
I'm
not.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
fine. I'll roll. Insight.
Oh, that would be hilarious, son. You go to Arcana and you see the body.
Roll for insight, right? I'm rolling. I'm gonna hit you.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay,
You don't know.
he is clearly joking. He's being a total jerk right now. And
Yeah.
you just,
See?
That's what you
See?
perceive.
I don't care.
I
know you. I know you, Drell. You just more concerned about food. Like clearly, when I had a heartfelt moment, you were just there unloading the shit. So I know you.
I just like drop my jaw and I am so sorry, Adele. You're right. I play it off. I stand up and I look around the room and I kind of decipher like she wants me to do something about the kid, right?
Oh god, I don't.
I bring Boblin and Gara and Steve to my booth now, and I sit them down. I put them inside by the wall so they can't get out easily. It's like, okay, I got it from here, Angel. Don't worry, I'll feed them. And then I share my food with
It's
the
friendly
Gara,
banter.
and if she
I
doesn't
think.
want to eat it, I was like, listen, I like death glare her like, listen, you little shit, you're gonna eat this? Because Angel's mad at me now apparently.
Hey, Boblin had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, leave Boblin out of it.
No, they're all here.
Bob,
I'm gonna have to babysit.
Bob
It's like babysitting
happily
recruits.
grabs the bone Boblin happily as soon as you offer her your plate. Not even a second goes by. She latches onto the biggest piece of meat and just pulls the meat off the bone, drops the meat back onto your plate, and starts gnawing on the bone,
Oh, well,
staring and watching what's going on.
I'm okay with this as I eat the meat. And then I look back to Angel and then I give her a thumbs up.
Oh. I'm just.
Mission
She's just
accomplished.
staring in disbelief, just like.
And I'm sure Steven's biting me, but I don't care at this point. I'm like, that's what-
I just like put my hand in my head and I just like sigh, like okay.
As she does that, I offer her like a piece of like potato. Maybe she's just
A
angry.
potato?
Then you have. Can I offer you a potato
Yeah.
in the trying times?
Exactly. No? Okay, then I just eat the potato. If she doesn't take it, I'm like, all right.
So, did your character take Steven 2 to the booth?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just say, all right, well,
But do you just pick him up and just like just slop him down and just like completely ignore the situation and just
into a
cook him
chair.
anyway?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but like you didn't even
Just was like-
inquire about what's going on. You just took the kid.
Well, he's tied to the chair, so I don't know if you.
Yeah, like
up
you
the
just
chair.
you didn't question the fact that he was tied to a chair, picked him up by the chair, and brought him to the table.
That's cool.
sounds
Yeah, that's
This is why I am sighing and shaking my head. Like what's the
Joe
actual like
doesn't
what?
understand how human children are raised. He's not a human. He's like, all right, I guess you just tie him up sometimes. That's his mindset. Like,
Oh my god!
That was a good
Hilarious.
sip.
he doesn't know your culture. You take it,
Of
man.
the
You
children.
think you try to learn?
Is
I can't learn a lifetime of human child rearing in my short few years. Like, I don't know.
Drell, Histash and I will be taking Steven to Arcana.
Oh, okay. Well.
So we'll take it from here, but you can eat
Is-
with
is my
Dara.
character
Oh,
seeing
when you say
this too?
Arcana, I'm like, oh no.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Something.
So
Something. What, did you drop the bodies off then?
Yes, totally did.
Was there something
I
wrong with them?
Totally did. So what does that mean, Drell? Does that mean where'd you put it?
You know, what had happened was,
Drell, where'd you
you
put
know,
the body? Drell.
I knocked on the door, no one answered, so I left a note, and I put his stash names on
Drell,
it.
you did not leave that body on the front step of that. Drell.
I like look away. Like, you look when the dog looks away because it's in trouble. I just like look down.
I
Like,
was like, I just kind of stare at him. I was like,
Aldea, was it?
Aldea, yeah.
Is Drell your recruit, it seems?
ah! I take offense to that. No,
I just look at him. I just look over. I'm like,
Luke, did you see
it
it
feels
all,
that
or
way.
is there something you
No,
still
no.
want to see?
I rise now. Put both hands on the table. And wait, who said that?
Son.
Oh.
So,
Hold on, sorry.
Can
So
my
put that
character-
coffin alert.
You may know from knowing Son that he likes to poke at people sometimes.
Oh no, we're obviously friends. I stand up. It's like, you know, I'm not
he's
that
still
tall.
joking too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I stand full like length and I like try to like puff up, like as high as I can go, and I give like Son the most murderous thing. Like, can I take guilt stuff seriously? But off time stuff, look, I don't care.
Right.
It's like she's my recruit.
Uh-huh.
Can my character
Yeah.
react to what's happening with Boblin?
She's
When-
right here with me.
Yes.
Gara.
Yeah.
Gara.
Okay.
A rare
Oh.
smile will come upon Son's face as he kind of pats Drell on the shoulder and then turns to Steven.
Me just being fed up with Drell goes over to Gara and just like, hey Gara, I'd rather talk to you. How are you? How's the food going?
Okay. I move out of my spot.
Excuse me,
Other side.
Delphine,
because she's tried to get in there.
My bad.
Delphine walks
All good.
slowly to Aldea as she's speaking with the Boblin, and she whispers again really like loudly so everyone can hear, and she says, I would be really aware around Boblin. I think she's a vampire now too. She might have been bitten.
Not everybody is a vampire.
Looking a little concerned, I'm like, huh? Just looking like directly at her, like, huh?
Delphine looks really serious and really scared.
Can I like shout like in between, like from like the back, like not everybody's a vampire?
His dash would like to loudly sigh.
So, this is great. I want to also just give the opportunity for Tree to say anything. What's Freya doing? Because we haven't heard from you in a bit.
Well, after half jokingly suggesting to Delphine that maybe the kid had eaten his mother, she's is it possible that he's like, how do we know this he's actually human?
To Delphine?
Or just to anyone, addressing whoever's left in the group, like, how do we know he's actually a human child?
That's a good point. We didn't actually bother to check that. That was in character, by the way.
Does no one know anything about this child?
They're a child. They bit someone.
So like after fighting and the strange interactions we've had with him, no one has ever thought of just trying to figure that out.
We
Or
are.
trying to make even see a doctor. Has anyone brought him to a doctor?
We are attempting to do that now.
We are adventurers, not scientists.
As Son and his stash
Not
pick up
fine.
the
You don't
chair.
even. Does anyone here know how to take care of a child?
Is the by the way, out of character?
Does any of this
child
party
still
look
there?
like they
Are we-
would know
are we
how
able
to take
talk
care of
to
a
the
child?
We only
The child is
we have
non-responsive.
Okay.
The child, Steven, is non-responsive. He is still staring off blankly into space. Even when the chair was picked up and he was, he just kind of, flopped to one side and then to the other with gravity, but stayed sitting and looking just blank.
Okay.
Yeah, totally normal child behavior.
My
Totally get it.
character walks up to the child, tries to, look him into the eyes, and says, "Are you a human?"
What? Does he even react?
You say this as Sun lifts the chair with Steven still attached to it, and all the while, no response. He does not answer your question.
Alright.
This kid's been through something.
Is he breathing?
Good question.
Daffy, did you do another one?
Wait, did no one check if he was breathing? Silence.
No, check if he's breathing. Do you want to? Are you checking if he's breathing?
Yes.
His chest is, from. I mean, without getting closer, all you can do is see visually that he appears to be.
Okay.
His chest is moving up and down.
Best not to waste any more time, Histash. He'll start trying to move the chair with Histash if he's gonna comply.
His Tash will lead the way to the what was her name? Edelyn. How do you say it? JP.
Edelyn Weiss.
Edelyn's office or wherever she normally is.
All right. I'd like to interject really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So as his stash and Sun are about to leave, I'm like, oh well, look at the time. I'll go look at the quest board, and I go see what quests are available.
I would like to mockingly say to Angela Terriker, please watch over your recruit, Microdon.
Watch over your
recruit.
Oh, I glare, but that's it. I also realized I'm gonna be in hot shit in a second myself. I'm like, fine.
Okay. So we're gonna follow. Even if everybody else stays in the tavern, we're gonna zoom in to follow behind Sun and his Tash, unless anybody else wants to follow along physically with them.
Nope.
So to clarify, is everybody else staying behind in the tavern?
I'm staying with Boblin.
Staying in the tavern.
I am
Okay.
sitting happily next to Gara, just done with, just concerned about the other child, but done dealing with Drell and them. There's no one.
Okay.
Gara is chewing on a bone, though. Just throwing that out there.
Gara's cute though.
Yeah.
All right.
I went back to finish my meal. Surprised I still have my appetite.
I also get food because I haven't got food yet.
Y'all
Aldea's
guys are
really
hungry.
Every time at this point, Rose is now also scared of you all screaming at each other. Every time somebody orders food, there's no one at the counter. She just pushes a plate up and over the bar, and then ducks down back underneath it.
Poor Rose.
Poor Rose.
It keeps going, but so following his Tash and Sun, they go through the center of the guild hall. There's large tables lined in what is essentially another eating and meeting hall just beyond the tavern, which feels a bit redundant as you walk through, taking note of this, but along the sides of it, it's kind of this big round room with an atrium that goes up several levels through the bigger building. It looks very castle-like, large stone pillars and such. Lined around the center are 7 massive entryways, laden with stone, each with a symbol like the ones that you see around the circle of the sigil, the banner of the coat of arms of the guild. And beyond each one of those, is the how to get to the other parts of the arms. Each has its own part of the building, and heading for Arm Arcana, you end up going straight opposite and maybe just to the right of the tavern exit into the guild hall there. You see a number of people grouped together talking, drinking, typical, interactions here going on, nothing out of the ordinary. As you continue on through into Arm Arcana, you see a body slouched over the door of the cultists that was left by Drelesco, with a note that says his Tash's name, and underneath it is scrawled, "You know what to do," and the medieval equivalent of like a little smiley face. What would you like to do?
As this happens,
address the
I
thing? Do you wanna
can
go in?
feel a chill.
His Tash turns to Son and asks him if he can manage the child on his own, so I can take care of the mess.
Yes, I should be fine. What was their name was Evelyn Weiss. He'll go ahead.
I would like to let go of the child, heft the very rudely placed corpse over my shoulder, and knock on the door.
Hey, to be fair, I knocked and no one else opened, so.
You ran off!
Yeah, but they would have opened the door and saw the body. If anyone bothered to open the door.
Is this like the main branch into Arcana, or is this her office? However you say the name.
This is the main branch. You don't need to knock.
Open the door.
I have to take a break. Jean-Paul, can you take over my character? No need to say anything huge with her, but just
Okay.
Millie burned down the tavern.
No. She's
Okay.
right now eating and drinking there, being concerned too, and yeah, that's where I leave her.
Okay.
Oh.
Will you be back, Millie, or are you?
I doubt, unless there's a thing you need me, and I can be back. No problem.
I wanted to have a mini session at the end, so that everybody else
totally
could
fine.
hear or participate if they want to, with you and Angel,
Okay.
because you both received letters that we can
fine.
address
Yeah.
at the
Totally
end.
fine. I just
Okay.
need a little break
All
right
right,
now.
so I'll let
but
you know
I
when that
totally-
happens.
Totally have that time for that. Okay. For me, like
Okay.
10 minutes, 15 minutes before. Okay.
Sure thing. And then I promise that's the last of my hidden letters.
Okay.
So
I love it.
So, the body, yes, you gather up the body, and no one was ever going to come and answer this door because this was the main door. Anybody who has business would know just to walk right in. If you turn your attention to the Google Doc, the world so far, you can see a picture that I've picked out for how I envision this room that you're entering. No need to. I'm going to describe it to you, but if you guys want to look, that's you'll click on the Arm of Arcana. It opens up a separate doc, and then you can see that there. So this is kind of the central entryway into the Arm of Arcana. This is the place that they would meet and discuss. There's these tables around the center there. Each one of these new doors, there are office type rooms and laboratories and libraries and all of the sort of things that anyone would need for the study and facilitation of the arcane arts. You make your way through to the door opposite the entrance, and here you would knock at Adeline's door.
I knocked loudly.
The door opens of its own volition, and you see somebody in the opposite end of the room, blonde hair tied back, long flowing robes, ornately woven, made of ornately woven fabrics, pointed ears visible, the ears of an elf, and she's facing away from you. But as soon as she hears the doors open, she looks up and turns, removing a rather thick lens glasses, like Coke bottle lens glasses, and she squints at you, and suddenly her curious demeanor to see who it is turns into a bit of shock and shame as she is blushing red all of a sudden. Histash! It's good to see you! How's it going?
Histash smirked and puts his hand over his breast pocket pointedly, and says, "We have a child we'd like you to look over. Hopefully, it won't end in the same way your previous research went."
Yes, of course not. Let's see what we can do. Should I assume that Duzu figured out how to fix the watch for you?
Yes, your wife does most excellent work, and it's returning to full capacity.
Oh, that's a relief. She very visibly her whole body size with relief, and she now turns her focus immediately to the child. What have we here? She takes the boy, unlashes him, not particularly fazed by the fact that he's lashed, and then sits him up on a workbench that's in the center of the room.
The boy approached us earlier this morning, or the other day. Was it the other day?
The other day.
Yeah, it was a day or two.
Yeah.
Yep. A day or two ago, approached us at the gates. His mother had been taken, it seems. We retraced the steps with him, found many corpses dead, slain somewhat brutally. No precise locations or targets on the bodies. We pursued for some time, ran into some of these cultists, and then shortly after we ran into Vilo, who had done some scouting ahead and had for the Nolan Duskull. Seems the two are tied. He had found an old estate, large groups of cultists, somewhat disorganized, but seemingly nefarious all the same. And we believe they are tied to the same people who took this boy's mother. Upon returning, just moments ago, we found him gnawing on a live rat. When it was taken from him, he tried quite viciously at biting McTavish. We restrained him, as you can see in the chair, and he has been fully unresponsive since then.
As you're describing this to her...
Sorry,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. There's a bit of a lag. I didn't hear what you said, but as you guys are talking to her, she looks like she's not paying attention at all. Going through along the walls, there's instruments and arcane tools and things, and she's rifling through papers and trying to find odds and ends to examine him with, and does so while you're talking. Go on, sorry.
Histash would like to interject and says, there's also possible contamination of some sort of magical disease. They were exhibiting increased aggression as well as fascination of Aasimar, one of our Aasimar companions, and it's possible that the child may have been infected with a minor version of it or is currently developing it.
Quick question.
And point to it. What was that?
Has Angel told anyone she's Aasimar?
Oh, that's actually a good point. I mean, the glowing eyes kind of give it away, doesn't it?
Excuse me?
I feel like it was mentioned at some point.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Or do you just think I'm human and people just stare at me?
I thought you were human as a character. That's what I don't know if you ever told me
his.
Aasimar.
I'm pretty sure I would have told Drell. But
okay.
No.
Okay, then never mind. Continue. My bad.
Histash, I'm confident, would be familiar with Aasimar at this point because there are a number of them in Arm Arcana. So even if it wasn't said, Histash would notice.
Okay. Fair. Thank you. Just wanted to clarify.
We also have a...
But I'll leave that up to you, Nick.
Yeah, I probably would have noticed. Histash is somewhat not an idiot.
Somewhat not an idiot.
When it doesn't involve
Somewhat not an idiot.
Unlike me.
He is a caster, and He does have
Yes.
fireballs.
Well, I am a charisma tester, so.
Oh.
We also have a deceased subject that was infected with whatever was wrong with them. I would like to be put into short-term storage as a possible future asset for research and understanding.
Interesting. And she says that as both she glances over at both of you whenever you speak to her, but also she really doesn't lift her attention up from the thing, but she is listening. She continues examining the boy for a moment and asks, "The northern swamps, wetlands, you're not talking about the Heroi estate, are you?"
I couldn't be certain. I'm sure Velo could clarify for you.
We do
Huh.
believe, however,
Well, if it's
they
over
are...
there... Okay. If it is them... You know, I used to be in contact with one of the regents in the area. Spent a lot of time over there, but since maybe a couple of months now, I haven't heard anything from them. I might want to check up on them, see if it's related somehow. Anyways, the fact is that you have 2 corpses here, not 1.
Oh no.
This boy is dead.
Dang.
Are you
And she
certain?
looks at you dumbfounded that you don't know it. Like, it's so obvious to her, but she doesn't know how to articulate that. You can see it on her face, like this surprise, right? I'd like to examine the other corpse.
I offer it to her as I asked. If he is undead, then why would the animator go to the effort of mimicking the action of breathing? Is this something that
She said,
beginner necromancer could do, or would this be more a high
Maybe it's a
skill
zombie.
necromancer that we're dealing with? I asked to her.
he's not breathing. If she says, holding a glass up to his mouth. See, there's no fog, no nothing, no air coming in or out. The cavity is just heaving for some reason. I've never seen that particularly before, but there's no air coming in or out. And then she starts pulling the body up herself onto the bench, but she's clearly not strong enough to get it up, and waits for one of you to
Simon will
help
step
her as she
forward.
continues to struggle.
Yeah, Simon will step forward.
And so she begins using some similar instruments and then going off and getting new ones to then examine this body. Sorry, did she answer your question? I think I've maybe I skipped over something you asked.
Because he doesn't know why it's
Okay.
heaving. So yeah, close enough.
So she begins examining the body and asks, "Where did you find the boy's corpse?"
Well, he wasn't. He was talking with us. He was breathing, talking, walking. He wasn't laying on the ground or anything, unless he was.
Undead normally do not speak, if I'm not mistaken. So he turned undead sometime in between from when we left the tavern to now. So around a day ago.
No, if you look at the body, there's not a single ounce of fluid in there. This corpse has been dead for weeks.
Oh my.
Then how is he talking? Was someone talking through him from?
I don't know. Perhaps it's being puppeted somehow. I'm going to do some more investigation. Maybe I can figure out what sort of magic it's been in contact with. This one, however, is far more alarming. There is some sort of substance in the blood that I've never seen before.
I have to admit, I know little about magic or these types of things, but I am perturbed by this turn of events. If this boy, Stephen, as he claimed, came to us at our gates in this state, I am concerned as to the compromise of security and potential agenda this cult or whoever's in charge of him has. Is it not possible?
Yeah,
they'll
rightly
use this-
so.
Is it not possible they might use this as some sort of affront or attack or a weapon of sorts?
You know, I have gotten after them about the lazy guards over there at the tavern side of things. They're always drinking and talking with McTavish. Honestly, who knows what's coming and going. I never liked that bar. Never made any sense to me.
Edelin, why are you looking?
I want you to leave these with me.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry? I want you to leave these corpses with me. I'll do some more research. I don't know. I'll get back to you. First examination, there doesn't appear to be any magic on either of them. This is some dormant or not currently active magic, if it is magic at all.
Is it suppressed or
Maybe
hidden
so.
from view?
Maybe so, but I would need some more time to deal with this, to really look into it.
Well, do be careful. Sun kind of looks at the corpse again, hesitating. I will speak with McTavish once. Hopefully we can get some extra protection for you and the guild in general.
His chest would like to speak up.
Just
and
go
ask-
holler outside for Percy.
Percy.
Sorry, what were you saying, Nick?
His task would like to speak up and ask if anyone in the guild currently knows Detect Undead. It's possible that it is hidden from such spells, and if so, we need to know and update our security immediately.
Go and fetch me Percy. Just holler for him out the door here. I'm sure he's not far off. I can have him go and get somebody. Somebody knows it. He'll know who. I don't know. I can't be bothered with such things. But Percy, go get him, and he'll take care of the rest.
Sun's already walking out the door.
His task follows.
Percy.
So as you
Here,
walk out the door,
Percy.
Percy is already approaching.
Bad treats.
Percy is a clunky old warforged that looks like it is falling apart. On his last legs, get bits of gears and metal and little magical-looking crystals falling off as, barely hanging on as he walks. And he doesn't say anything, but he just slowly saunters into the room after and closes the door. You've seen Percy before. You know this is Percy.
Hello.
Would are Warforged pretty common?
No.
Would I have
So
seen one before?
you have in the guild. Outside of the guild, unlikely. The Warforged that you are the most familiar with is second chair to the head of Valor.
Okay.
A hulking Warforged unit that really rarely speaks, but will
Very
always tell you its name.
Are they
What's that?
constructs?
They are. Roll a what is it? History check for me.
Sure.
I don't know how much you would know about them because
But
they're not
are you
where
asking
you're.
in
They're not
character
from where
or
you're
out of
from.
character? Probably the better.
Not a lot, I guess.
Well, out of character, do you know what they are, Caleb? You know what they are.
I don't know a whole bunch. I know that they're kind of like constructy sort of things. I don't know. I
Right.
don't
It's
know
kind of
the
like a golem.
But yeah.
Right. But it's its own race. Culturally, I'm going to do something a little bit different with them, but more or less the same would apply, convention-wise, of Warforged. The way they look and their culture will be different. But your character, this is the second Warforged you've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know anything. His stash.
They're just not. You won't ever have seen them from where you're from.
I
From
assume this is,
farther off remote regions.
this is Percy's normal state of disrepair.
Yes.
His stash. What do you know about Warforged? Are they sentient?
His chest sighs and says, "You could have just asked him. It's very impolite to ask about someone's race right in front of him."
Well,
Percy is a good person.
Percy did go in and close the door behind him.
Yeah.
But yes,
Never mind then.
Percy is a good person.
Are they? It seems in disrepair of some sort. Is that a natural decline, or is there something you can do to help them?
I am not quite sure, but as how do you say her fucking name?
Edelin?
Edelin. Yeah, as
Edelin.
sometimes assistant. I'm sure he has all the resources he would need if he wished repairs and they were possible.
It's good to know. We should hurry though.
Yeah,
he'll start walking.
Definitely want to know what we found out, and I follow after Sun.
Walking briskly.
Okay. So. Let's see. How long have we been going? What time is it?
About 2 hours and a half,
Okay.
give or take.
How's everybody doing on time?
More!
Well, I gotta go eat soon, but I still
No, you
gotta
don't.
make food.
No eating.
Order a pizza.
Yeah, man.
No, I've already ordered a pizza this week.
Oh.
Order
That sounds like a
taco.
personal problem. You
Yeah.
should have known. D&D
Yeah.
night.
Bro.
So, Steppy, why don't you... Well, no, you're going to want to participate in this next bit. When do you need to go eat, Stappy? Should we just take a break? How long are you going to be?
No, I gotta still make the food. So, just like, I can participate in the next bit, but it's like, not too long anymore, because I do want to eat at a decent time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you give us another half hour? Is that alright?
Yeah.
Potters.
Okay. And if not, just let me know. But let's at least go for another half hour if that's okay with everybody. I think that should get us through, even maybe into the mini session with Millie and Angel. Because I do want to call it relatively soon anyway, and this might be the next reveal of, what's your guys' interaction, and when this next scene plays out, it'll probably be enough, a good place to stop. Anyways, so you all arrived back at the tavern, going through the same way you came, unintruded upon.
All right. Is McTavish free?
He's still doing his tavern things, as usual.
What's everyone else doing?
Eating. With
Eating,
Boblin still, I
chilling,
guess.
having a good time.
Boiling boblin, I hope.
No, stop
No.
it. If any, look, I posted the meme. Go read the meme. I'm
Yeah.
Is
actually with
Delphine
Gara.
drunk yet?
Yeah, she wasted.
Well, then she's probably singing on the podium.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. That's up to JP.
JP,
That'd be
is
funny,
Delphine drunk?
Sorry, I missed something I was reading. Is Delphine drunk? Delphine is trying to convince a minstrel that he needs to be drunk. She's not far off from where the rest of them are talking.
But
She is
drunk.
just arguing with him that if... No, she's not
Oh.
drunk, but she is clearly tipsy, and she's trying to convince anybody that will listen to her that they need to be drunk.
Sun will start approaching McTavish, glancing back at his stash.
His stash followed after.
McTavish.
Okay, and yeah, you are free to talk to him.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he was paying attention.
Nope,
So,
he's definitely not paying attention.
you said he's not paying attention.
He's not. He's doing his own thing. But yeah, you can
He's
approach him
gonna
and talk
try-
to him.
Yeah, he did approach him. He's gonna kind of forcefully put himself in view.
Okay.
McTavish, some urgent news.
Yeah, what happened with him?
So, Edelin believes he has been dead for several weeks. That this is
The little one. The kid running around here all day chasing Rose and the goblin around.
yes. She
Really?
She needs to do some research, but she believes perhaps he's being puppeted or controlled in some fashion. This could be, but it was not detectable, at least at first, so it could be something else or something powerful. And the fact that this corpse approached our gates and made its way in, we know nothing about its origin. Not to take control, but I would suggest at least considering more guards and increased security.
He gestures towards the door, waving "come hither" motion. Gerald, get over here! One of the guards with a little bit more armor and more sophisticated-looking helmet saunters over, and the two of them have a conversation. He runs off, and several more follow after a while. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna get that taken care of. I'm gonna ask one of the casters to come in and do some, whatever their mumbo jumbo is, that they figure out who's been going in and out. Clearly, this is gonna be a problem."
That is quite the understatement.
There's more as well, McTavish. Edelin was in contact with supposedly someone regent from the area, assuming that the cultists come from the estate by I forget the name of it. Some region.
Roy is what
Roy.
she's.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks. And she was in contact with them, but then she has not heard anything from them for several months. It could be connected with the fact that the cultists are not organized. Perhaps they've recently moved in, and I'm not sure. There does seem to be a lot
Okay.
involved here, though. Hopefully, Velo comes back from.
Seems that
with the
we need
Chancellor.
to. Yeah, this is troubling news. Well, we're long overdue for a chair meeting here. We've been waiting for Monk Goris for some time. Hopefully he gets back soon. There's an awful lot afoot lately.
I have word from him
well-
that he has been delayed. It may be in the
Yes. No, I
guild to proceed without him, at least temporary.
Velo came back from a resupply mission not too long ago, and he warned us that that Goris would be delayed. But anyhow, where does that leave you? Have you sorted out the things with Clan Duskull?
Now we're still waiting for Vito's return. Anything you wish to ask, or add rather, Histash?
No. You summed it up very well.
All right. Well, let's I guess see what happens with Velo and Duskull. If they're not going to look into this further, I might have to make a request of my own. Anyways, carry on. Thank you for the update.
He'll nod, dipping his head slightly as he returns to the group, scanning the room, kind of.
This was the first time that you've genuinely had McTavish's attention. just for a side note, that was like he actually put down his bar rag and so on to listen. Once you really started talking about what was going on, and yeah, do you guys want to? Let's see. Velo is going to start rushing through the door at this point, and he holds up paper and screams, "Woohoo! We got the gold!" and then he rushes through the entrance and into the guild hall to go deal with the paperwork.
Sun will
so you
approach
get
him
the chance to-
immediately.
Okay, he skitters off immediately. You don't have the chance. He's
Oh, okay.
very
He's very
excited.
fast.
He's on a
Yes.
lot of caffeine and or other substances.
Well, he just got a bunch of gold and just claimed a bunch of gold. What do you think he's on? Come on. Let's be real here.
He's on gold.
He's actually
So, do you guys want to? What's that?
He's actually secretly a dragon. That's why he's so happy for the gold.
What's McTavish's
All right.
response? I've seen him, and then him.
McTavish is now gone back to his own responsibilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're trying to ask us something.
Do you want to get Mills back?
Did you haven't gone back to the rest of the group, have you?
I started approaching, but maybe I'd assume Vito would have charged in before I had a chance.
Yeah, he runs right past all of you, just screaming about gold.
Nice.
I like him.
Sun will give a glance at his stash, back to Vito, and then kind of sauntering over to the rest of the group.
I would like to sit next to Stappy and ask him if he's murdered any more innocent cultists like Verdon.
How dare you? No, I haven't.
Well, we have good news and bad news. The good news is you didn't actually kill anyone. The bad news is the kid was also a zombie.
Excuse me,
As
what?
were the cultists.
What do you mean he was a zombie? He ran in and asked for help with his mother. What do you mean he's a zombie?
I motioned to Sun to let him explain.
It seems it's difficult to understand. We have to look into it more, but the boy we had believed to be called Stephen
The boy who lived.
was not really a boy in the traditional sense. He's been dead for several weeks. Something or someone is controlling him, making him look as if he was alive.
That's concerning.
Indeed. Likely connected with the cultists or perhaps some other third party. I'd hoped to stop Vito before he ran away. It may be something worth renegotiating again with the Chancellor for, but the scope of this mission is getting bigger and bigger by the minute.
The boy who didn't leave, come to still be dead.
Oh, no.
Wow, that's brutal.
That was not in character,
Delphine
obviously.
says, yeah. Delphine pipes up and screams, "I knew there was something wrong with him."
You thought he was a vampire. Don't act like you were right.
And I was right.
I suppose
Vampires are
closer.
undead, aren't they?
That's the theory. I suppose you were right closer to the truth than anyone else, at least, Delphine.
So Nilo, after a good few minutes, does rush back in. I should give you the chance. Do you guys have anything else to interact with one another?
Nope. I know.
Right now, it's just
Okay.
taverning, relaxing after mission, and taking in everything goes.
Okay.
Like, I wonder, am I infected? Like, I look at my ankle, like, I look all right.
So Nilo runs back in.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just making a comment to Dreskel. How's that swamp water feeling about now?
That what now?
The swamp water.
What do you mean?
Because you were in the swamp.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Dredging
I mean-
through the swamp.
I believe I feel fine unless the DM tells me to roll Constitution. I have no reason to assume otherwise. You know, I'm in.
You have no other reason to assume otherwise. So at that moment, Nilo rushes in with two pieces of paperwork at this point. He slaps both of them down on the table, and he says, "We've got two parties that we could be infiltrating the cultists' headquarters with. We talked it out, hashed it out, and it's 1,500 gold for each for the successful rooting out of the cultist threat."
I would like to interrupt real quick. GM, were the cultists were also dead before we killed them, right? Or am I misremembering?
You don't know.
Say again?
The cultists, were
The
they
cultists were also dead before?
Were they... Did Edmund say they died recently, or were they like the boy have been dead for a while?
We only brought one body.
Sorry, she did not tell you.
Originally, in the battle scene kind of thing.
You're right. We came in with
She
two
did
scorpion
not
ones.
tell you.
Okay.
The Goliath took them. Duskull, the Chancellor, took two of the bodies to Irondale for questioning. None of you questioned whether he should be taking them, but he took them.
True.
The woman, Edeline, did not say how long the cultist had been dead. Only how long Stephen had been dead.
Alright.
However, you did see blood on these corpses that you killed freshly.
That reminds
You would have
me.
noticed carrying them all this way.
Yeah, alright.
Vito, there is something else, new information that, as much as I hate waiting, that may change things. At the very least, for your interest, more money.
Okay. Both of his ears perked straight up. Please tell me more.
How tall is he? How tall is he with his ears fully lifted?
So flat down, 3 feet. With the ears perked up, 3.5 feet.
Alright.
Nice.
Yep.
And then the feathered cap for good measure.
Yeah, you've rarely seen him without the feathered cap. It's like just never gonna happen. That sits at the tip of his ears and makes him look a good few inches taller.
You may have noticed, or maybe you didn't. There was a boy here, not the goblin, the human boy. He had come to us, and that was the origin of our mission, looking for his mother. It seems, after taking him to Arcana, he has been dead for several weeks. Something or someone has been controlling him, and we believe it is connected to the cultists, of course. But there's no confirmation that could be a third party involved. But the head of Arcana did not know at first what's involved. She herself has to do some more research, so there is precedent that this could be some sort of powerful magic or foe.
Well, there is a precedence of time with the Duskull clan as well. Hearing the scope of what's going on, they wanted answers quick. They want us to go out at first light. We could try renegotiating, of course. I'm always more interested in more coin.
Perhaps we can proceed with caution.
How long will we need for more information from Arcana?
She didn't say, I don't believe. Hisesh?
I doubt that it'll take more than a day. She worked fast. She knows what he's doing. A few things made it broken, but it goes fast.
Perhaps if we find something important from her research, it may not be worth, proceeding only to fall into their hands, as it were. What is the scope of the infiltration?
Necromancy is not my specialty, but I do not believe that it is easy to so mimic a normal, living, breathing human. I mean, we are quite possibly dealing with a very skilled necromancer. possibly lurking around in the same forest that you suspected just before.
Well, he slaps the table. He says, "I don't know. Let's wait until first light. If we hear anything back from Arcana, we'll know what to do. If we don't, I say we rush the place and take what we can. But I just don't. After the negotiations, I don't see them giving us more money. So, it'd
Perhaps
have
not
to
more
be
money.
something real good."
Even if it's not more money can always follow afterwards, but we have to be alive for that, don't we?
He considers for a moment. Gold or his life? Well, let's wait. Come first light, we'll know more of what to do anyway.
I agree. I suggest that if we do proceed with or without the research information, we should have at least alert McTavish, and perhaps he can try to muster up another group to come follow after us as backup.
Well, the two that they want here, laid out in the quest, are two 5-man groups, each to infiltrate and dismantle the cult influence. They're going to provide a member of their own for one for each of the parties.
Dang.
That is
Another reason I'm not so sure that they'll negotiate for more.
indeed. That is additional aid for sure. Would I know what Vito, which arm Vito was a part of? Or like what's his
Yes,
specialty?
he is a rogue.
Okay.
You would know that by now.
Which is Valor, right? Same arm as me.
Which is yes, Valor is, yes, he is under your same arm.
How are we deciding the groups?
Well, I don't know. If you guys are willing to take this up, you can decide amongst yourselves. But if not, it can be opened up and assigned by the guild. I've already gotten approval.
Very well, but you're giving us the option to be chosen first.
Well, obviously I'll be tagging along with you, son. Other than that, it's up to you.
Sun will look to his stash and then the rest of the party, assuming they're listening.
Millie continues. Delphine continues drinking.
So, like, out of character, I think this is something that we're going to have to decide for scheduling reasons. So I don't think deciding now is really useful, right?
Yeah, agreed. If we're going to be breaking up into 2 different sessions.
That's true. We can figure it out out of character, and roleplay through the rest of it. But it looks like the second session will have to be on Sundays, and I know that doesn't work for some and does work for others. So we'll have to figure it out a little bit.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Angel, you're muted, by the way. I don't know if you realized it. Were you muted for a long time or not?
I don't know.
What are you
I
talking
didn't
about?
even know I muted, so
I looked at Discord, I was like, oh no, she's muted.
I was talking.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, I heard legit nothing for like the past like 20
Yeah.
minutes or so.
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
been
that's
you've
fine.
been muted a while,
Only
but
20
I thought
minutes.
you meant
If we don't
I
respond
did-
to
I
you,
did-
assume you're muted.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's alright.
No, I'm here. I'm fine. Yeah.
Was there something you wanted to say that we missed?
I don't even remember what I said anymore.
I
Mood.
feel bad because like I hope you realize if you say something and no one responds, it's more than
Well, I
likely.
just assumed that it was just, you know, because like when I spoke, everyone else was speaking, so I just assumed like it just wasn't. Anyway.
No.
We do want to hear what every player wants to say, but just to let you know because I
That's
know
fine,
you
that's
fine. Yeah,
forget.
what did you say?
I was
Was
just
there-
gonna join too, as Jean Paul invited me. That's fine.
Good, good, good. We're all
Welcome back, Millie. We're more or less finished, but I wanted to make sure. Did you say anything, Angel, that is pertinent? That you
Now
want to
you
get
put her
in
on the
there?
spot, man. Why you do that?
I think.
Well, while it's fresh, while she remembers, just in case.
No, I think I don't. I think you're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's another thing T can type,
All
and then we'll
right, so
definitely hear the ping on that. On the roll 20.
yeah.
Mm.
Let's call it there. Everybody else can go, but you're welcome to stay. We'll do a mini session with Millie and Angel.
Alright.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
So, Stappy, if you want to go get food,
Yeah.
you are
No,
free.
can I? So what happened? Like, did my character go somewhere or?
Well, see you guys next week, then, probably.
See you, Stappy.
Take care,
Okay.
buddy.
Take care, man.
Bye, Stappy.
Bye. Well, there we go. That was today's session. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please consider joining my Discord. Please consider following if you're here on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, please consider subscribing and liking. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, evening, night, whatever it is where you live. And I hope to see you guys next one.